I can live either way, but you haven't gotten very much done with FEMA and all you have to do is look at North Carolina.
Trump just continues. Here he is. He goes to a press conference with the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, and California Representative Brad Sherman. And, they're trying to lay blame everywhere except themselves and all that stuff. And Trump just is not having it.
Well, you did something, loss. Brad, where every insurance company in the country left California. That's why you have no insurance, because you made it so impossible. People that think like you made it so impossible. And
Brad,
every
Mr.
insurance company.
Mr. President, if I can just defend FEMA a little bit.
Yeah.
They brought thousands of people in. I don't know how they're doing in other states. They're doing a good job for us here. They've got a huge center that's open from 9 in the morning till 8 at night.
You have 40 million people. You're not going to get a few thousand people. The problem with FEMA is they come from all over the country. They end up in arguments with your people from California because they want to do it a totally different way. And I can live either way, but you haven't gotten very much done with FEMA and all you have to do is look at North Carolina. It's one of the great disasters of all time.
And Mr. President, you can't have Rhode Island maintain a staff of thousands and thousands of people waiting to see if they have a disaster.
You know who came in and fixed North Carolina or the process? Other states, people from all over the country came. And you have the same thing. You have a lot of people from all over the country. Getting the people is not a problem. Getting the organization's a big problem. FEMA's incompetently run, and it costs about 3 times more than it should cost.
I'm hoping
we can spend money on
run.
schools instead of giving money to bureaucracy. It takes you so much longer. But I've only been here 3 days, and I'll do a great job. But we had another president, and this took place during the life of another president, not me. But I'm going to be the president that's going to help you fix it, because he would not have been able to help you fix it, okay? So we'll take care.
You know what's crazy? It's like, I believe him. Wow, a president I believe. When he says I can fix it, I'm going to fix it, we're going to get rid of the bureaucracy, I believe he's going to do those things. The reason that clip is interesting is there you have Brad Sherman, he's just a marginal California representative, doesn't even matter about him. But what Trump is really talking about there is the difference between people, right? What does he says? It's the people are not the problem, the organization is the problem. So no one thinks that the people that work for FEMA are bad people, right? Of course, these in many cases are great people who don't get paid a ton to do jobs and have to do cleanup and rescue people in all sorts of awful situations, right? So it's not about the people. The point is the organization itself is not slim and trim and functional, right? What did Trump say? He thinks the budget is probably 3 times what they need. But that's what the government has been here. It's just this big thing that we keep throwing more money to that keeps getting bigger. What did he say? North Carolina, who's helping them the most? It's the other states. It's not FEMA, right? So we should be looking at FEMA. We should be looking where we could cut. We should figure out, are there ways to cut some red tape so people can get back into their houses so that they could rebuild quicker, so that insurance companies wouldn't feel like they have to leave. I always bring this back to just a very simple example, but when we had that Category 5 hurricane here in South Florida and the Sanibel Causeway, a 3-mile bridge got completely demolished, it would have taken the federal government years to rebuild. DeSantis went down there. He said to the engineers, what do you need? And they all just said, cut the red tape, just get out of our way so we could do it. It was rebuilt basically in 3 weeks. It was functional. It's still being rebuilt now, but you could get over a bridge in 3 weeks. It's incredible. And the fact that he's like picking these fights with these people, that he's willing to go there and say, no, think how the stark contrast between the 4 years that we've just been through with that bumbling old fool who had no idea what he was doing. Imagine if that had been Joe Biden at that press conference. FEMA's coming, you'll all get $700. The mumbling, the stammering, the confusion, the wandering off into the forest versus, I'm going to fix it. Like, we actually got somebody that maybe we deserved. It's pretty sweet. Here's Trump going after Karen Bass because she's the mayor of Los Angeles. She was on a trip to Ghana during this. The woman can't speak without reading off a teleprompter or off some notes. And she seems to think that California won't be rebuilding for about 18 months. Trump knows a little something about building. I think there's a building somewhere with his name on it. So, well, let's see.
Much appreciated. Let me also say that I know you had an opportunity to see the devastation. You've seen the extreme loss, the grief that people are going through here. And we are 100% committed to getting this neighborhood rebuilt again. You mentioned a couple of things in terms of us expediting. So I signed executive directives right away so that we could cut the red tape, we could get people back building as fast as possible, and we're going to continue doing that.
Yeah, the one thing is they
Yes.
are saying they will not be allowed to start for 18 months.
No, that will not be the case.
Okay, I just hope
That
you're
will
right.
not, you can hold me to it.
Because 4 groups said that.
No.
That would be, they should
No,
be able to
that-
do it. They should be able to start tonight.
That will not be the case. You know, first we have to take care to make sure that there's not getting rid of the hazardous waste, cleaning things up so that people can start right away. And just like you said, if somebody their house was destroyed and they're going to rebuild essentially the same, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit higher, they really shouldn't have to go through much of a process. So I want you to know that we are expediting that. We absolutely need your help. We need the federal help. You're a
You've got it,
builder.
I told you. You will have no permit problem. There will be 0 delay. And as far as I'm concerned, you already have the permits. But
And the
Okay, so it's interesting there because on its face, it's not that she said anything crazy there, right? Like she's like, well, we have to make sure there isn't hazardous waste. It's, you can't just send people back into a place where there could be gas leaks and other threats and, crumbling infrastructure and all of those things. But Trump, basically, it's what Trump does with everything. Make it happen. Make it happen now. No more permit BS. You're going to have all the help that you need. And it's like, here you just have a middle management lady who has no real qualifications to do anything when it comes to rebuilding this place, right? LA could have chosen Rick Caruso, a guy who was a commercial real estate developer who's, oddly enough, his mall in the Palisades, as everything burned around it, didn't burn because he had his own firefighting force over there. They could have went with him, but they went with her instead. But the point is, she basically represents the bureaucracy. Oh, it's just people who aren't really experts in anything saying why things can't really happen tomorrow. And then you have Trump. And I guess the best way to describe Trump is the mover. He will move things. We've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now, one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Layke, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance, and some can even be harmful to your skin, he said. Recently, Dr. Layke has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? So he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. It's almost like Photoshop for your face. You may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view, Layke told reporters. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Layke has released a step-by-step video to the public, free and uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple solution from home. You can find out more about this yourself right now. Go to bhmd1.com/Rubin or click the link in the description box below. That's bhmd1.com/Rubin. Again, go watch the video at bhmd1.com/Rubin right now, or just click the link in the description box below.